Dead Art Studios artist vlog, a festive artists vlog. I suppose it's around that time of year, but I'm really looking forward to the new year. For me, that's what excites me. And so to help me with that, I'm going to try and get through my lid. And this is the top of my art box where I keep all my paint and supplies. And what happens is I do some artwork and then it gets put on here. And then I kind of get distracted by other projects and life. And it stays here for a while. And every now and again, I need to come back and clear it up and see if we can get it down low. It's never going to disappear. That's how it works. We've got this one. Did this a couple of videos ago, a mixed media piece. A bit different to my normal style. I tried doing some figurative drawing. I'm not really sure how well it went, but I do like the piece overall. It's done with charcoal, which I then sprayed fixative on, and then Posca pen and acrylics. And then the idea is that I'm going to mount that and then I can stick that on my shop for anybody who might fancy that. What's this? This is my super thick primed canvas, which I want to use for something. It needs sanding down. I'm not really sure. I might try and do a bit of the sort of papier-mâché decoupage collage style thing I've been doing with tissue paper and paint on that. I think that could work quite well. And I'll put that to one side, so that's not going to make it off the pile today. Then I got my blue painting, which I thought I'd finished because I photographed it to go in the shop, and then realised that actually I do all my paintings framed now, so I needed to photograph it in a frame. I don't really want to Photoshop it straight into a frame. I want to at least put it in a frame and photograph it. So I need to do that today. I've got this is another one similar to the blue one. I did a blue one and a red one. The videos are up on my channel. And this one has now been painted with gloss medium as a sort of varnish finish to give it a little bit of protection. If anything ever got knocked or spilt on it, you could probably save it, wipe it down, and it'd be fine-ish, I would think. And it's signed, so that just needs mounting as well. And then that's ready for the shop also. Now, I've got some tissue paper. I've put this in between my paintings so they don't all stick together. It's surprising how well paintings can stick together. Nice little bit of paper there, just randomly there. These are my Autumn Glow paintings, and they kind of got put to one side because they weren't quite finished. But I do need to finish them, and I do like them. It's just that you start new projects, you get going on things, and things get forgotten about. So when I've got a quiet afternoon, I need to get these finished. And now I look at them, I think they're closer to finished than maybe I thought at one point. I think, a couple of sessions on these just to get them where we want could be fine for those. And so they're probably not going to make it off the pile. They're probably going to stay on the pile. More tissue paper. Here I've got some carbon paper, because one thing I do want to do this next year and before, but I haven't got round to, is get some of my digital artwork and draw it onto canvas, or better yet, birch panel, and paint that. So take my digital art, transfer it on with carbon paper and give it a paint, and try and make some art projects that way as well. So that'll probably be for next year, because I just haven't done it. I've got so many little different ideas and things going on that these things never really get done. But we're going to keep pushing through. You just have to keep pushing through, don't you? It's my art project that I'm doing with my 5-year-old daughter, soon to be 6. I've done this bit over the top. The idea was to create something that is artistic and hangable, but also done by a father and a 5-year-old. I don't know if we're going to reach that point, but we can keep going over it and over it for years if we want, can't we? So I'll try and entice her over Christmas to have a go and do some more on this and see what she adds to it, and then I can work off it from there. I don't totally want to just cover it up, but in some ways I kind of do. So yeah, I think we'll see. I think we'll just keep playing with it. We can do it for years, can't we? I mean, like many an artist would spend many a year doing a painting, so why can't we? It's colourful. I'll put that down there. Here's my mock frame for photographing, so we'll use that in a second. Here's my Kandinsky piece that I sort of copied Kandinsky's painting or drawing. No, I think that was painting. I used, what did I use? I used soft pastel for this one, and then I fixed it. And actually, I think if I went over it with the soft pastel again, I could brighten it up and make it like really quite nice, and then that might actually be frameable. And I might even keep that for the house and put it upstairs. The problem is the soft pastel makes so much mess, it just doesn't fill me with any enthusiasm for doing it. What I need to do is get a little tray like this and then put a flat bottom in it, because that's all bumpy. And then I can do it within a container and then just take it outside and get rid of all the dust. Okay. What's under here? Canvas paper. Quite a few sheets of that, so we can do something with that. I can't make my mind up about canvas, like the texture. Is it because I'm really close working on the artwork that all I see is the texture? It kind of bothers me, but I don't know. What do you think? Paintings where you can see the texture of the canvas underneath? Good or not good? Let me know. What has happened here? Yeah, so this is like where I started doing skin. This is a long story, this piece. It was acrylic and gloss medium in white, and then I pulled some off in the middle because I didn't like it, and then I realised it wasn't going to come off, at least without many hours of me pulling it. So then I did this sort of like skin effect in oil around the sides here, and yeah, I like that. But then this bit in the middle, it's kind of a weird disaster. But I don't know, is this worth saving or is this for the bin? We could have something in here. It's just getting it right and getting it to sort of feel good. I do like the idea of something coming in and pouring out, but I also want it to be hangable. I don't know. The reality is my art's probably not going in galleries, so to some extent I have to be aware that unless you're, I don't know, into goth culture or something, this is probably not for you. I don't know. I mean, it's probably not for goth either at the minute, looking at it. But it's a bit on the dark side, isn't it? I suppose is what I'm trying to say. So I need to have a think about that. I've not ruled it out. It may get thrown in the bin. So we're near the bottom. Just got bits of cardboard and paper. What's in here? Yeah, just cardboard and paper down there. So I think this is going to stay here. This is going to stay here. This is going to stay here. So we'll pile these back up. The canvas board's going to stay here. We're rebuilding it, aren't we? And the carbon paper is going to stay here. I think we can discard some of that, but pile up my bottom glow paintings. They're at least going to stay here, and then hopefully finish them. Just need to sit down one night and do it. And the problem is you decide to film the thing and then you never finish it because you spend more time filming. So is that a New Year's resolution? Just to paint, no social, no YouTube video painting? Is that a thing I can do? Paper, put that on there, drop some down there. So today, let's get these three in their mounts and out of the way, ready for the shop, photographed. That's what we'll do. Right, so I've put down a clean piece of Perspex underneath for doing this on, so I don't pick up any dirt onto my frame mounts, which is what we're gonna do. I've got my frame mounts here. Okay, so which one we'll do first? We'll do the blue one first, because that's the one that's been there the longest. Okay, so we're going to check them out, make sure it looks good, nice, not got any marks or anything on it like that. And I'm going to put it down, line it up, and get it spot on perfect. So we're going to hang the board off the end of the table. I'm just going to stick it on a couple of pieces of sellotape. Pull the picture off the edge of the table, and then I can find the interface between the painting and the mount and just stick it on like that, and then that holds it in the position that you sort of decided on, and then I turn it over and just put 3 more pieces on. Okay, next we'll do the red painting, the orangey red painting. So just get into position. Brush anything that looks like dust off. And that's number 2 done. And now we'll do this slightly odd, but I kind of think funky piece. Sort of rainy pair of moon worshippers. They're out in the rain, they like the moon, they're wading around. It's kind of got some prehistoric feel to it, I think. Let's have a look. I think that's okay. And then that's going to go this way. Now we want to make sure that the sort of white border that I drew onto the actual piece matches up as I would like it on the frame mount, which is about there. Flip it over. There we go. So I'm going to put each painting into the frame and then photograph it here on the table using my mobile phone. And then they'll be ready to be uploaded onto the shop. So I'm going to put these in a nice dry, safe place, and then I'll upload them onto my store, and hopefully one day somebody will buy them. Okay, so hope you're all having a good festive period. Hope you're making some progress with your art if you're doing art, and if you're not doing art, maybe have a go. See if it makes you happy or soothes you. Might just send you a bit crazy. It does that to me sometimes as well. But anyway, whatever. Dead Art Studios Artist Vlog. See you next time.